Nick Reiner has a documented history of schizophrenia. So here's the question no one has answered. Why hasn't his lawyer pleaded insanity? That silence may define the case. This is Crimes Digest, crime news cross-examined. The news reports, we examine what's left unresolved. Now the story. Nick Reiner is charged with murdering his parents in Los Angeles. 2 counts of first-degree murder. Special circumstances allege. No bail. The reporting emphasizes mental illness, schizophrenia, prior conservatorship, medication changes. If you follow the headlines, the narrative feels obvious. This looks like an insanity defense. And yet, at arraignment, only one plea. Not guilty. No insanity, not even a placeholder. That absence is not procedural noise. It's strategy. From the state's perspective, this is not a psychological debate. It's a murder case. Prosecutors will argue intent, awareness, wrongfulness. Mental illness does not eliminate responsibility. If there was planning, if there were actions before or after the killings, if there was concealment, that undercuts insanity immediately. So if the defense rushes into insanity, they walk straight into that argument. And once you commit to insanity, you essentially concede that the act, the murders in this case, occurred. That's a dangerous position if the state's case is strong. Now here's where the tension tightens for the defense. In California, yes, insanity is not automatic. It's an additional plea. And once you file it, you trigger court-ordered psychiatric examinations. You expose expert strategy. You narrow the trial theory. You commit. And insanity does not say he didn't do it. It says he did it, but wasn't legally responsible. That's irreversible. So why hasn't that happened? 3 realistic explanations. 1, they are still evaluating him. 2, the psychiatric evidence may not meet the legal threshold. 3, the client may resist that defense. That last one matters. Insanity pleas are not just legal decisions. They are personal and sometimes contested. Now let's pressure test both sides. If insanity was clearly viable, why the delay? Early arraignments are not where experienced defense lawyers show their full hand. True, but complete silence also sends a signal. Because if insanity is your only viable defense, waiting too long is risky. The public, potential jurors notice timing. Prosecutors adjust strategy. Narratives harden. So is this delay strategic restraint or strategic uncertainty? Flip it. If the psychiatric evidence is weak, pleading insanity early could backfire. Once you raise it, you must prove it. And if you fail, your client spends life in prison, one of the most dangerous environments on the planet. So the defense may be doing the most cautious thing possible, preserving flexibility. But flexibility only exists if you're not yet confident. That's the tension. Now let's turn to the law. California's insanity standard is narrow. The jury must find that. At the moment of the act, the defendant either did not understand the nature of what he was doing or did not understand that it was morally wrong. Diagnosis alone is not enough. Even psychosis is not automatically enough. It must rise to the level of legal incapacity. That is a steep evidentiary burden. And if you plead insanity and fail, you lose your strongest narrative leverage. That's the calculation happening right now. Now, my ruling. Right now, the absence of an insanity plea is more revealing than its presence would be. If psychiatric evidence were overwhelming, groundwork would likely be visible. Instead, we see strategic restraint. That suggests caution, not inevitability, because in this case, the real question is no longer, is he mentally ill? That's documented with schizophrenia. The real question here is, will the defense ever be confident enough to stake the entire trial on the insanity defense? And if they don't, that decision may ultimately define the outcome. This case will not turn on diagnosis. It'll turn on what the defense chooses to commit to. This has been Crimes Digest. Crime news, cross-examine. The news reports, we examine. See you in the next episode.